So as part of the TMS configuration, in the TMS configuration, so the configuration side, the first of all, we need to configure the domain controller. Then after that, so we need to add the systems into domain controller. This is the one part here. Then after that, once you add the systems into domain controller, so configuration is done. So we can create the routes. So transport routes creation, then transport layers creation will come when the time of creation. These four parts we discussed so yesterday. Then that is the configuration side, TMS configuration side here. So the next one is called the next one as part of this configuration. So we have the next one is the TR creation, the request creation, the transport request creation. This will be done by transport request creation done by the our transport owners, development or the functional teams. Development or functional teams, they will do the so,
భగవానాలని మూడు మూడు భగవానాల
transport develop functional or development teams will do this one here. Then the TR release also will be done by the development or functional team here. But the TR import will be done by so the basis team here. Means here our part is the configuration part and the request import. Configuration and the request import part will comes to the here TR import procedure here. So request import, transport request import procedure here, right? But here this request creation also release also same transport request creation here. So request means some kind of carry bag. In our language, carry bag. Transport request means carry bag. Okay, normally when you go to the shopping mall, so you purchased the one object or you purchased the one item. You want to move that item to your home, you want to bring to your home, right? Then the shop person will give you the one carry bag. Inside of the you will place this item into the inside of carry bag. Then via carry bag you will travel to your home and you will move it, right? Same as like request is like a carry bag here. Transport request here is the carry bag here. Request contains one or more objects, the data. Request contains the data here. So whenever in the request itself only we have to create in the request only we have to add the objects here, right? So the request has types here, multiple types. Carry bag, we have the multiple carry bags, right? So for the small item, the larger item, so there are the types of carry bags also available, right? Here the request also types of request are available also, where we have to do this type of work here. So in SE01 or SE09 or SE10, using this transaction code we can create the creation of transport request. Why? Because this is a transport request, then we will use the creation of the transport request here, creation of the transport request here, right? We will use this option, creation of the transport request here, right? So that is what we have to do it in the systems here. That is what we have to do it in the systems here. Request creation of the transport request here, right? So the request has types like a so customization request. If you go to the SE01 transaction code, just click on the create the request here. The types of request like customization request, workbench request, transport of copies here. So customization, client specific, customizing to the only this particular system only, right? Customizing request here, customization, right? Customization request has types, right? The transport request TR has types here, types of request here, types of request here, TR types in the SAP. One is the customization request, right? Customization request here, right? Then so workbench request means here So workbench request means is a cross client here, cross client here. Cross client means applicable for all the clients, all the system, and different landscape also it is applicable. Different landscape also it is applicable here. So this difference is very important, guys. Why? Because here, so customizing means only specific to the that client objects only, specific to the that client objects only here. Customizing means only client specific changes, only single client here. So those changes are for the only in that client only you need to activate it here. That is called the customization request. Workbench request means it is applicable for the all the clients. It is applicable for the all the clients here. Not only that client, it is applicable for the all the client here. So to it applicable for the all the client here, right? So that is what here the request here. Request has types here. So using the STMS, we can import it, but the creation of the request will be done by the so our developers, transport owners are functional. Sometimes we also do in the in the request types here, right? Sometimes we will also perform this kind of work here, right? This kind of work we will also perform these activities here, customization and workbench request here. So after creation of the domain controller, transport routes and everything here, so this is the one we have to use it here. That is called the creation of the request here. Next one is the transport of copies. Transport of copies here. So transport of copies here. So transport of copies means during the refresh time, if you want to retain the original objects in the same system objects, you want to retain here original changes, original source, then we will use the this changes here. The transport of copies here. Transport of copies we will use it here, right? So here, so these three are the very important. In that, these two are the important here. This every only refresh time we will use this option, but during the day-to-day activity, the developers and the functional team will use these options here. They will use these options. They will use it here, right? These options they will use it here. So customization, only customization to the this client only, this client, this specific only here, right? So customization is a process of adapting the customer objects changes in the code, right? Maybe customization means SPRO changes, IMG changes, right? In SE01 we will use these changes here, right? So this is customization changes which are like client specific changes which are supposed to be reflected on the particular client only, not intended to the all the systems client here. That type customization client here. When the transport request is exported, it extract the relevant table entries from the table only that system. Even though you have multiple clients, then then it will be imported to the particular client only. Now if you have the more clients also, only that particular client also it will be imported here. That is the customization client here. So apart from that customization client here, developments will happen in the cross client also. The repository changes, some of the workbench changes also happen here. Those are the workbench changes here, right? So that is depends upon the changes. The developers will decide which change they have to create it here. When you click on the create button here, it will ask the request number here. Then here we will create like a tr creation or some bdls table entries movement, something like that here. Then click on the ok button. Here your request will be generated. You can see one request is generated here, right? 22. So what is this naming convention of the request here? The transport naming convention is always like a SID, K9 and the number, 5 digits number will be created. SID means NW1 K9, then so 000 31 32 34 like that the number will be created here. Number will be created here, right? So then in this request, we need to add the objects. If you double click it, it will go to the object list here. It is the confusing part to you guys. So just you can ignore it. Why? Because just dummy request, you can create it. Don't go to the object level. Don't try to add your syntax. So R3TR, suppose if you want to transfer the particular full objects or sub objects, some language components, something like that, you need to add the R3TR. Then what changes you are trying to add in the inside of the carry bag? Multiple things we will add into the inside of the carry bag, right? Then what things you will add it here? What things we will do it here? Right? Either so class changes, documentation, domain, objects, report, table, there are multiple changes, BP. So multiple application tables, multiple things we will do it here, right? So then what you are going to add, what you are going to change, what you are going to move to the respective system here, right? You need to choose the whatever you have developed, that object is related to the functional module or changes or class, structure, table, whatever it may be. Then you can add the table means TABU, which table. So TBDLS, that is there are some standard tables are there, configuration tables. So if you want to move this configuration table entries from one system to another system, then TBDLS table name you can give it, enter button, then it will ask the key. You want to move all the keys, yes, all the table entries here, star, then we can we can save it here. We can save it here. Then request is created. There the two request will be created here. One is the main request, second one is the sub request here. Main and sub means main request, sub task here. So one request, this is a transport request. One request contain the multiple tasks. The task contains the actual objects will be there in the task. Okay. So when you are trying to release the request, first you need to release the subtask. So TR creation is done. The transport creation is done. Now the next part is what is done. Once the TR creation is done, then whoever created the TR, only they have to release it, right? They will release the TR. Releasing means they select the request, click on the truck symbol, select the request, click on the truck symbol here. Then so the TR will be released. But I am using the DDIC. So DDIC is not the authorized member, right? Then what I am doing here, I need to log in to the any one of the user here, basis user or something.
We need to release all the subtask or
Tasks.
just that one
Yeah,
task
all we have to release it. All we have to release it. So now
because you have added now some objects. So that also we need to release or
now subtask, if you release the subtask, automatically objects also will be released. So then
okay.
main request we have to release it. If you release the subtask, if you don't release the main task, so TR will not be the released status here. So right. So I forgot what is the transport request number. Then you can just what is the object name, you can type it. What is the user, you can set it out 22. Right. So this one we can release it here. Release it here belongs to the different client here. Why? Because I different client. Oh, 000 client, I did the changes. Oh my God. Let me go to edit it here. Let me edit it. Oh, in only 000, I have to do the changes. But because with the 000 client, I logged in and I did the changes, only 000 client is possible. I want to edit the details properties here. Client. It's not possible, I think. Now, moving to some other client. Let's create the new transport request. 001. So go to SE01, click on the create button, workbench request, click on the create. So some config changes or something, anything description you can put anything, not a matter. Okay, but it should be something meaningful here. Then you can add the objects here. Once you add the objects, let me, so once just assume without adding the object also for testing purpose, you can release it. So then once you've done it, just release the request here. Sometimes if you release the main request, okay, we got the error. So let's see what happens with the TMS configuration. Is the TMS configuration is done? No, it's not done. That's the reason it says error message. It's not done configuration, not correctly. Bring. Okay, that's done. But we have only one system. Let me add other systems also. Let's try to add the virtual system. We can also create, if systems are not exist, we can also create as a virtual system here. Virtual means, so physically system is not available, but virtually it is available. So that is also, we can do that one, virtual systems, MWP. Then configuration tab, the other three systems. Okay, this is done already, it's done. Okay, then SE01. What is the request? This is the one. Then release the request. When you release the request, it will be released. You can see this TB successfully connected. It is releasing. So TR is released now. Transport request is released now, right? TR is released and WQ, it got released here, right? Once the transport request is released, then they will request basis team to, then it will come to release it to the modifiable released status. Before releasing, it is in the modifiable status. Then after releasing, it will come to the released status here. After releasing, it will come to the released status here, released one. So once the TR released only, then only we have to import it here. Then only we have to import the transport request here, right? So how to import it, right? So this is our actual work here. Here you need to put main concentration here. Okay. So let me take the charger 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. Okay, sorry guys. Yeah, so modifiable. So one more thing is here, release means TR will be exported. When the TR is released, it will create the co-files and data files, right? So I will explain that file system structure as well. So here, so you released it, here comes to the here. Then the people will ask you, the high basis team, could you please import the transport requests into so different system, NWQ system. Then go to STMS. So select the import queue. So you have the two systems here. So you will get the one request will be added to the quality, right? Go to the NWQ. So select the request, right? You need to select the request here. Then we can import it here. There is a import option here. You will get the import here. So you will get the request option. We can import it like that. We need to import the, so there is a transport truck symbol. You will get it out here. So why? Because this is a virtual system. So you will not get. So you will get the transport request option here. Then we can import it here. So then once it is imported, then again they will ask you, they will do the testing in the NWQ system. Then they will ask you to do the import in the production, right? Then again you need to, so you need to go to the STMS, select the import queue. So you will get the lot of things here. Select the respective queue, refresh. The request will come to in this list. Select the request, you can import it. So multiple things here, right? So request, you have to select it here, right? So then, so this is the same system, virtual system, right? I think that's why I don't see here the request is here, right? I don't see here the request here. Let me go to one of the systems, real systems here. Let's start the ECP. I stopped the ECP. Well, because here we have the two systems, so we can test it out here. One exact request, we can test it out. Meanwhile, we can log into the, so ECD. Is it configuration is done? Anyone in the ECD and the ECP? So let me check the first configuration here. DDIC. STMS. Two systems should be there here. ECD, ECPS, it's there. So here. Okay, here also system is there. Refresh. Okay. So normally it should not ask this type of questions, right? Enter the password or something, which means, so wrong password or something is set in the TMS ADM, or user is locked, or something is happened in the system. So that's the reason it is asking the password. So that should not ask actually. So if something wrong, if the TMS ADM user is locked or something, then it will ask the all these questions. All the questions it will ask it here. So this is, Okay, it is connected here. In the ECD, we have the 5 requests are there. Okay, so it is there now. Okay, so what I am trying to do now, so let's log out from the systems here. So let's log in with the ECD. So one real transport I am trying to import now. Okay, so one real transports. So what we have to do here? Go to the SE01. D is the development, right? Go to the SE01 here. So here go just click on the create symbol. Just to use the workbench request or customization request. So then click on the workbench request here. Here, so what you are trying to do more, what you are trying to do here. So some uh, changes, config changes, something like some changes you are moving here. That changes I. So something like that XYZ changes you are moving to the ECP system, right? So ECP system you are moving here, right? Just you are not giving the any option here. Why? Because if I choose the objects, it will be override on the production here. So I'm not choosing the any option. Option means any objects here. Just click the release directly, right? So it's 179 here. So ECD K9 179 request number here. So it is reading the parameter. It is connected to the DB. It is doing the export. It is doing the export. So TR is released status here. TR is released here, right? TR is released here. So then you may get the request from the your developer saying that, hi basis team, could you please import the 179 transport request into the production system here. So when you click on the refresh button here, then so one request, right? One request will come to the this screen here. One request will come to the, so in this list it will come here. Normally it should not ask user ID password. If it is asking means configuration is wrong. User ID is wrong. So that's what will happen here. Okay, so one request is there here. What is that request number here? So if you see it here, 179, whatever the request we are trying to import, right? That is the request number here, XYZ here, right? So then select the request here. Then there is a truck symbol here, right? Truck symbol. There are the two trucks here, full loaded truck. It is the dangerous option. What this option will do? This option will import the all the transport request. This option will import the all the request into the, so your all the requests will be imported, not one by one, but importing the transport request is a very be careful activity. Why? Because if you miss the sequence here, so there is a system crash. Again you need to do the restore and recovery activities. We have to do that one. Restore and recovery activities we have to do that one here. So select the 179 here, whatever the request number is said, let's just select only that request number, then click on the import, right? So while importing here, so in the ECP, which client you want to import? Why? Because in ECP, we have the multiple clients, right? We have the multiple clients are there in the ECP. Suppose like you want to import to the, so finance client, 800 client here, then select it, go to the options here, then import. So here, these are the options here. Date and time, you want to import immediately, we can select it. Execution, there are the two execution modes, synchronous. Synchronous means if you choose the synchronous means what happen, one of the, while request is importing, now import is our purely our responsibility. Transport import is purely our responsibility. So when the import is running here, transport import, there is a one background job, one background work process is so occupied here, occupied here, right? Occupied here, right? Right. So when you choose the synchronization, one dedicated work process is blocked until import has ended. Your import is finished, that work process will be free. So normally default option asynchronous only. Once the import is started, then background work process released after the import was started. When the import is started, immediately it will release it here. So then by default, we need to choose the asynchronous option. Go to the options here. Options means depends upon the company. So you want to transport request you want to import the request again. Then you want to select this option. You want to override the objects. So already
Sir,
data. Yes,
here background work process is used, right?
right. Yes. Yeah, background work process. Okay, so here override originals. Override original means the data already there in the target. We want to override the changes to the new changes, then override originals. So then you want to ignore some invalid component, whatever the options you want to set. Normally, basically, first three, last two, or first four, these options we will set it out normally in the while importing the transport request. Click on the import symbol. So when you are importing the signals transport request means the data you are importing, not the entire client data. Entire client data means client copy you are choosing. Only not the entire data, only specific changes. The specific carryback changes you are doing here. Inside of the carryback, you have the one object that changes you want to move to the quality system and the production system here. Then that changes you are testing here. Then you selected, just click on the import button. Then when you are importing the transport request, what will happen? So one background job will be triggered in the production. That is called the, in the respective system, one background job will be triggered here. That is called the RDD IMP DP job will be triggered. So IMP DP job will be triggered into the production system here. That will happen, right? So that will happen into the systems here, right? So you can just log into the production ECP system. So here in the ECP system, you can log in quickly, and so you can see, so go to the SM37. So you can see the request here, the request here. See here, truck symbol is running here, import is running here. We click on the refresh button, what will happen? So request is imported, right? Why? Because truck symbol is gone. Here in the RC column, you have the color coding is updated. Color coding is updated here. Color is updated, which means RC. RC means written code here. So there are the types of RCs are there here. One is the RC means here RC 0, 4, 8, 12. They are the 12 written. There are the 4 are there here. So RC 0 means successfully imported. Then 4 successfully imported with warnings. So if your 0 or 4 comes, we can ignore it. 0 or 4 comes, we can ignore it here. We can ignore it here, right? So then, so 8 comes. So request imported with, so one or more objects are error. One or more objects are having errors. Objects are having issues. Then so developers or functional team, the transport owner will take care of. 12 means system error, which we have to take it, which we have to take it here. Means our basis team have to fix that issues here. That is the RC12. When the RC12 comes, which we have to take care of that request here, right? So 0 or 4 we can ignore. 8 means the developers will take care of. RC12 means system error, we have to fix the issues. Why? Because when the transport is importing here in the back end, there is a one job in SM37. There is a one job should trigger in SM37 here. That is called the RDD IMP DP job should trigger. I will tell you. So this job will run in the back end. If the job is running successfully, this job is running here automatically. If the job is running, your transports will import. If the job is not running, then transport will not be imported. That will happen. Now you see it's a 0. Sometimes 4, 8, 12 will come. It depends upon the data, right? So that type. So we have the this type of changes will come into the systems here, right? So this is the way we have to import the transport request here. So 0, then we finally we can say, so TR imported with the RC 0. So like that we have to inform to them formally, we have to inform to them here, right? So TR creation and TR release and TR import. In case of issues I will explain it in one class, full explain. One class is only for the dedicated to the so issues, errors, how to fix it and everything only. So here you need to concentrate on the transport creation and transport release and how to import. These three things you should remember for today. Okay. TR creation, go to the SE01. Okay. Then click on the create button. Then click on the workbench request or customization request. Okay. So then just click on the OK button. Then so again, so config or table movement. Okay. Just click on the save button here. Then so just you can release the subtask. Then you can release the main task. So subtask and main task, then it will change it to the modifiable to release will come, right? TR creation, TR release. Then once the TR is released, then we can move to the respective target system. They will ask you, please move to the ECP system. Then we will double click on the ECP system. Just refresh it here. Then one more. So there is a one more request will come to the buffer. We can import it here. One more request will come to the buffer, then it will import. See, request is there here, 181. So then here just click on the import request. Then which client you want to import. If you have the multiple clients, then you can choose any one of the client here. So then so options, what options you need to choose it, you can click it out, right? Depends upon your teams will let you know, your company will let you know what options you need to choose it here. Depends upon that one. Then you need to click on the import. All the configuration we have to do it in the in the STMS transaction code only. Always we have to do it in the STMS transaction code. Now import is running. When the import is running, there is a background job will be triggered. So to check the logs and all, go to here, we can see the import monitor. Then it will show the import monitor. So there is a 181 transport request also imported. Also, so it's refresh button. Then the truck is ended. Then request is imported successfully, right? Just click on the import history. It will tell you how many requests are imported till date, or you can also fill the last to up to 2023 to till date how many requests are imported. So these many requests are imported into our SAP systems here. So right up to 2022 till date how many requests are imported, just select it. So then you will get the all the information. This is called the transport history monitor TP system log. If any errors or issues, it will give you the information. It will give you the information here. If any errors or issues, it will give us the errors and issues here, right? So the job is not running, something like that, you will get the errors here. If the job is running everything fine, then you will get the TP commands in the S log, U log. I will explain that tomorrow, the logs and everything here. So this is the way we have to import the transport request. The main thing is the configuration first, then TR creation. So first of all, TMS configuration should be request, then TR creation, then after that TR release, then only TR import we have to do it, order sequence wise.
Sir, what are the differences between AC01, AC09 and AC10?
Both are
Why they are
same. You can use the three, both are same only. All are same levels only. Okay, all are same only. So there is no much differences. So, but all are same transaction codes for the so transport creations and everything here. So if you go to the SE09, you have the same options, right? If you go to the SE10, you will get the same options. If you go to SE01, you have the same options, right? So you will get the
And sir,
SE0.
one more question. Like for import, not all the projects will use this STMS, right? Some,
Some
so some
customer.
transport tools are also there, no? Like
Yeah,
Qualigma is there.
yeah. Many tools are there, but this is the SAP standard transport tool functionality. Some customers they will use the different tools. They will use it. So active control basis technologies, charm they will use it, right? So many
Yes, sir.
things they will use it. So charm also is required. The basis configuration is required. This configuration, active control also we have the some other external tools. So we have the external tools also is there, but so first of all, basic thing you should require the basic SAP level standard tools you require, right? That is called the STMS. If you see the SE01, in SE01 we have the display transports client deliverables. When it go to the SE09, so we have only one option, TR creation option is only, not the other options here. So more options. SE10 also we have the only directly TR creation only we have here, right? So SE01 is the feasible options. You will get the all options in the one plate. So then just click on the create or transport request, whatever you want to see that display the transport request, all we can see it here.
Sir, is this RFC dependent, sir? Like when we uh, try to move from one system to another,
Yes.
is an RFC connection used in
Yes.
these
Yeah.
systems?
Definitely. Yesterday, as part of the configuration, if you observe it, there the two RFC destinations will be generated in the systems as part of this configuration. You see here TMS ADM, TMS SUP, they are the two RFC destinations, 2 plus 2, 4. Two systems means 4 RFC destinations are involved here. So this will help to transfer the data. This will help to transfer the data from one system to another system here. So what is the purpose of moving the data means? So you have the multiple systems in the landscape, development, quality, production. To move the data from one system to other system, so data means objects. Why? Because so directly we cannot do the changes in the production. The developers will do the changes in the development. Testing team, they will test it in the quality. Then the production, the business will use that functionality in the production. Directly, if you move without testing, if you move the changes to the production, what will happen? So it will impact the other functionalities. So we are in the proper way to test it all the functionalities. The customer wants to implement the one search functionality, one button in the production, but that button has to test it. There's some coding is required. In that case, they have to come from the development only. Development to quality, development to quality, development, they will do the developments, then quality system, they will do the quality, and the production system, they will use the business will use the changes here. Why? Because business will use only, they will log into the production systems here. Any developments or quality testing, everything they want, they have to come from the development to quality, then quality to production. How the changes will move? Via transport request. Via request, the changes will go to the respective target system here. That's why first we need to perform the TMS configuration. Then so we need to choose the what is the development system, quality system, production system. Then based on that, we need to add the routes and the layers we have to configure it here. That's what we have to do it.
Sir, how to de-import the TRs? Like if any hamper is happened to the system, like how will we make the changes?
Then again,
Revert
we
back
have
the change.
to the changes revert back is not possible. That's why transport import, you are doing the import means in the production, if you are going with import means there is a approval procedure. If you have a proper approval, change request, everything should in place here. So something got messed up, there is a system crash, you need to do the restore. So there is a multiple things we have to do it. That's why changes going to the production. So it got failure, then it will impact the other functionality, business will go down, there is a loss of the business. So that's why the TR is go to the production, some issues means to fix that issues, then we cannot de-implement or revert that changes. Only thing is we have to again create the new TR with the correction of that issue. Then again we have to come to this request quality to production we have to come. Means again we need to come with the development quality correction TR we have to create correction TR. That issue, what is that issue? The people knows. Then they will fix the issue, that issue here. Then they will record the changes into the transport request in the carry bag. Then they will move to the quality, they will move to the production. So directly, so we cannot de-implement or roll back the transport. It's not at all possible. So only thing is correction transports. Good question. They may many people will ask these questions in the during the interview point of time, right? So if the changes move to the production, TR move to the production, then there is a issue. Then how can we roll back the changes? So the roll back in the TR is not possible. Only the correction transport request we have to create in the development and quality. Then production we have to come like this only. Process wise we have to go.
Okay, and one more question, sir. Single TR can be imported twice or only one time?
Multiple times also we can import it. That's why we selected as a import the TR again like that we selected, right? Yeah, single TR. Once TR imported, so again they asked you to import the transport request. Suppose like here, so again they asked you to import the TR here. Again we can import it. Again we can import the transport request. Yeah,
Sir,
multiple
but
times.
first when we import the TR, the changes will be made in the system, right? Again, the changes will be overwritten, right?
Yeah, overwritten. Again same
Yeah.
changes will be there only. Sometimes what will happen if they import the transport request, changes will not be reflected. It will not be available, the changes. Again, they will ask us to re-import it. Again, we will do the override originals, we will select it and we will do the imports.
Okay.
So for multiple TRs, will multiple RFCs be assigned like between the same system, like development to production? We have to move multiple objects are to be moved. RFCs will be single RFC or
single only, same RFC. Any object or any changes, hundreds of requests, infinity of requests, tons of requests, same RFC destinations will use it to move the data to development to quality, development to production, same RFC destinations. No changes in the configuration. So we can move it, hundreds of requests, we can move it. Normally we may get it out, multiple requests, we will get it out every day. This is our daily activity. Every day we have to move the tons of requests. Development to quality, quality to production, tons of requests. This is our daily activity. Apart from the daily monitoring, this is one of the daily activity. The first activity when you join the organization, this is what you have to do it. Transport imports. Go to the STMS, select the queue and select the transport request. You have to import it. Make sure here you have two buttons here. Don't click the full load button. This you have to disable it here. How to disable this one means there is a changes in the domain controller system. In the domain controller system, we have to do the changes. So again you have to go to the here. So then there is a changes we have to perform. So that I will explain it. So there is a changes domain controller system. Go to the production system. There is a one parameter we have to add it here. No underscore import underscore all equals to 0 or 1. We have to make it here. We have to make that option here. So that if we have to change it here, we have to add the line here. No underscore import underscore all equals to, so there is a 0 0 I think, yeah. So that what will happen, it will disable the full load truck. Why? Because full load truck is a very dangerous tab. All the hundreds of TRs whatever there in the buffer, all will be imported again. So there is no order, sequence will not follow. So it is a dangerous activity. That's why people will disable this often in the organizations to avoid the manual mistakes and everything. People will disable all those things here.
Sir, how to add to buffer the transport?
Yeah, if any external TRs, let me show you here. Again, it is asking the password. So that is what will happen if the something wrong with the TMS configuration. So this type of multiple times it will ask the multiple times it will ask the user ID, password, something like that. So which TMS ADM user is not locked. So we have to maintain the same passwords in the all the destinations. We have to maintain it here. That's what we have to do it in the systems. Okay, so it is done. I change it to the 0. Let's go to buffer. Yeah, still it is there. So which means 1 we have to change it, I guess. No underscore, import underscore.
Sir, hi sir.
Yeah, hi.
Sir, 3391 server still we are facing same issue, sir.
3391.
91, yes.
What is that issue?
That's our connecting, not unable to connect.
You cannot from that server. You cannot connect to the ECD, ECP systems. Yeah, you will connect, right? But
I'm trying.
NW12 ECD, ECP. Why? Because NW1 is in the different host. ECP, ECD are in the different host. Both are in the same host. Now that's why both are connectivity is working. Okay, so let me make it 1. The new ECD, ECP. Okay, that is done. Let me go to Q. Yeah, see here, truck symbol is gone now. Lock symbol is there. So equals to 1, we have to keep it. Then full load truck symbol will gone. So by mistakenly, if you instead of clicking this one, your mouse went to the full load truck. So it's a dangerous. So one of my friend he lost the job because of this reason only. Okay, in the previous days, previous years. So it's a very dangerous. So what he did is, let me explain.